Okay, so let's get down to business. This is your permanent waving 9-part sectioning. Alright, now I use the small clips, as I said, because they're easier for me to use, and I'm a little bit more advanced in using these. These are a little bit more difficult, but when I do another video, you're going to see how I use these for the pin curls, because that's also on the state board exam practical. Alright, so take a look at the parts. If you look here, right in the top, okay, you're going to see where it's sectioned off. See those partings? Okay, take a good look at that. And hang on one second, let me just make a little adjustment here. Just 1 second. Okay, let's see if you could zoom in a little bit. Right in this section here, there's your 3 sections. Alright, here's your middle section, right around in here. Take a look in the back there. Okay, at the bottom. And then let me just show you coming from the top. And now on the other side. So you have 1 section, 1 panel, and then you have 3 slices, 1 panel in the middle, 3 slices, and 1 panel on the side, 3 slices. Okay? One of the very important things that I want you to recognize, and this is cosmetology terminology here that I'm going to use, this is called your parietal ridge, right here. A lot of students I found had a problem with knowing where to make that section, because that is actually where the natural fall of your hair is. Let's say, for instance, if you're trying to do like what they call those hump styles, where you pin it up and you have like the formation here going up. Well, most of the times you're going to make that parting right here along your parietal ridge. So remember that, okay? Alright, when you're doing your section also in the front, come take a look towards the bang area here. What I would like to show you is what you're going to use to make that first parting. Okay, so unloosen the hair. Once again, always make sure you have this handy. Okay, going to wet that down really good. When you begin your testing, you want to make sure that the hair is combed all the way back. All the way back, straight back, before you start to begin your sectioning. Okay? What I usually do is I take one of the permanent wave rods. Okay? And if you could zoom in just a little bit closer here, see where the holes are? Well, right outside those holes, you have like a little space between both of them. And that's where you're going to actually use as your guideline. Alright? So, let me take the mannequin, hold her back here. You're going to take it, place it over the forehead this way. Alright? And you see how my partings match up with that? Take a look. Right there. Here. And here. Alright? And here. You're going to use this end of the comb because this will give you more precision parts. And then you just go in like this, and of course you know how to separate the hair. But we'll go into more detail with that. And again, this is advanced courses, so you as professionals already know what you need to do. I'm just giving you a little bit more tips on what they're looking for at the state board exam practical test. Alright? So once again, comb back like this. Make sure it's nice and damp. You're going to take your comb. You can also use the permanent wave rod as your guideline too, to make the part, that's the little subsections. So you take it here. See how I take that and section it off? Make sure it's nice and straight. Alright. This angle here, you're going to make sure it's at a 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle gives you volume, but not as much volume. If the person wants you to give them more volume, of course you're going to over direct the hair and bring it forward this way. But I find that you get a nice even bounce if you do it at a 90-degree angle. Alright? So, roller in hand, in paper, take it, place it here, like this, bring it up, nice and straight. You're going to take the other end paper, lay it across like that. Always have your comb in your hand. Okay? Once you have it nice and wet, because you want it to stick, take the roller. Oh, if you haven't noticed, I'm a lefty. So if you're a left-handed person, this is really good for you. And I'll also show you how to do it right-handed, but that's for the next video. Alright? So put a little tension there. Wrap that roller around. You don't want fish hooks, so you want to make sure that your roller or the hair is placed right there before you start to roll it. Alright? Take it, put a little tension, see where the hair is? There's nothing folded under here. That's what they're looking for. They're going to unroll your roller and look for fish hooks. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you do not have any fish hooks. As you're rolling it, you want to put tension on both sides because you don't want to get an uneven roll. See how I'm doing that? Alright. Hang on just one second. A little piece of hair got away from it. Okay. Here we are. Roll it down. Not too tight because once again, the hair is already under stress from the chemical. So, you don't want to wrap it around too tight. Bring it around forward this way from the front. There you are. Not too tight. You want them to be able to unroll it like this. See, like this, to see the part. And that's what they're going to look for. Alright? Now, I'll do another demonstration. In fact, what I'll do is I'll show you how you can actually move a little quicker. So what I do is I always do one in the front, just to get things rolling. Now, I'm going to work on the parietal ridge. Okay, so again, see, I'm using the end of the comb to make precision parts. These are your subsections, and this is what they're looking for. They want to see that you know how to use your implements. If you do not know how to use your implements, points can be taken off of that as well. Alright, so this is nice and straight. Once again, you have to wet it down. Wet it down. Use what you need to use. Alright. Grabbing my end paper. I'm using the double back paper wrap because to me it's a little easier. It actually gives you more control. Again, spray that up. Make sure it's nice and straight. See how the hair is in there? Nice and straight. Reach for your roller. Now you don't have to have your roller in your hand. I just do that so that way I can, make sure that my timing is okay because they're timing you as well. So you're rolling it down. You see how nice it looks? Even, no spaces. They're also looking for spaces, so be careful. Wrap that around. Okay? So now you have your front going, your parietal ridge. And I just want to make one note. When you're doing the Stateboard permanent waving, you do have a choice. You could roll the roller going back, or you can take the roller and roll it forward. Okay? So that's another thing that you can do too. Okay? Go to the side, take out the hair. See how it's dried out? You definitely don't want to start parting like that because you'll have flyaway hairs and everything else. Take your comb it down. Comb it down. And this is still a little damp at the bottom, so I'll wet that up too. Okay. Make your section. always go over it twice. You want to make sure that your parts are nice and even. Okay? So we're bringing this up to this actually is a 180 degree. We're not going to bring it up to a 180 because this is the side of the head. So if we're going to do 90 degrees, you know what 90 degrees is? 90 degrees comes out this way. Alright? Now, make sure before you do that, take the hair, get it out the way. You don't want any mistakes. Okay? So, 90 degrees, comb this out. Okay? I'm going to grab my end paper. Actually, with this way, I'm going to place it like this. See, it's easier for you to grab it this way. Okay? Take some more end paper, place it on top, lift my finger, put it down. Okay? This allows you to have more control. Alright? Now you're going to take it, you're going to actually fold it over like this. And what I usually do that helps me to not get the fish hooks is I take it and I roll it out like this. You see? That way you can see where the tips of the hair is. Then I take it, push that under, go like this, and then I can start to roll. Okay? So I'm going to put a little more tension over here. Just a second, let me unroll this. Put a little more tension over here in the front. There we go. Okay? Give you a nice even roll. And not too tight again. Remember, the hair is under stress. Okay? So now we have our side panel. I'm going to do another demonstration just for right over in this section. One of the things that I wanted to show you, and we'll do it on this side because I didn't do it here. Before you start your front panel, what I would suggest you do, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes, and this is why I did it this way, to show you. Now, if you do this first, guess what? Now you have to think about how much room are you going to have when you're here. Right in this section here, and I'll show you. See here? See where that part is? This roller is going to get in the way. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is, you're going to take this out. Alright? Move this out the way. And now you're going to begin this section first. Because now you'll have more room. When you're doing your roller here, you can start. And it'll end up out this way. Now, because the rollers, you want them to kind of fall on an angle coming down. So you're going to start your first roller, your first section, excuse me, here. Alright? So you start it here. Just take a little bit of hair. Okay? Make sure you have a clean part. Take that. A little water's not going to hurt anybody. Now we have specially small rollers just for the occasion. Do not hesitate to use these because this will help you for little small sections like this. Once again, take the hair, hold it straight up, just a second. Doesn't have to be straight up, but once again, 90-degree angle is good. So you're taking it, placing it there, taking the end paper, putting it over the hair, sliding it up. Okay, the end papers are a little wider than the small roller, but you do not have to worry about that. All your concern is no fish hooks, straight parts, and make sure that there's no spaces when you're rolling the roller. And there we are. Okay, once again, not too tight. Let me just unroll that a little. Okay, so when they move it, it has room. So the rest of the rollers will be placed going on this kind of angle. And once again, I'll get into more detail when I do the longer videos, and those will be available for you, I'd say in about a couple of days or so. So stay tuned for that. Just to end this, I'm going to move forward and just do one more roller example for the bottom panel. Okay, so here's your bottom panel. Once you have all of your rollers coming on this angle here, now you're going to take this bottom piece out, wet it down like so, and again make your section, your subsection. Take this, put your clip in, get that out the way, and once again, when you're holding it out at a 90 degrees angle, it's easier for you to take it and to place it here. Okay? If you feel like the end paper is not sticking, just wet it. I tell you, this is going to be your best friend here when it comes to doing your end papers and putting the roller on. Alright, so a little tension to make sure it's straight. Once again, take the roller, place it under here, roll it back, because you want to see. I'm telling you, these fish hooks can cost you a lot. Alright, take it, roll it back over, and now you're rolling. See how nice and even that is? And straight, going across. That's what you're looking for. Now you roll it in. And you're going to put in your roller. Okay? So, again, just keep going down, and there you have your roller set. Alright? So I'm going to stop right there, because I'd like to go into other things with you. But once again, this is the extravaganza that I was talking about, where I'm going to have these videos up for you to purchase for yourself. Stay tuned, look for them. I'll have a special price for you, and you have a wonderful evening, and thanks again for tuning in with me, Lavette J. Allen. And visit my site, CosmetologyRefresherCourses.com. Oh, I have to give one more shout out to my daughter, Angela Janelle Allen. She did my makeup. If you take a look closely, see how she did a nice natural blend, and my eyebrows. Take a look. Okay. She also did my lipstick and my gloss. Basically, she put together this whole thing for me, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you, and I'm proud of what you're doing with school. God bless, and have a good night.